Sunday, Sima, April 14th. We are in chapter 2, The Righteousness of the Emperor, verse 14. Verse 14. In ancient times, those who served on garrison duty were excused from labor duty for 3 years. With a footnote, in ancient China, kingdoms were often very small, so rulers could personally observe their subjects on garrison duty. If superiors and subordinates all reported to each other, this was the pinnacle of harmony. When the state achieved its aims, they sang joyful songs to express their happiness. The rulers laid their arms to rest and erected the Spirit Terrace. The Spirit Terrace was, this is a footnote, a platform for welcoming back troops from their labors, but also as an altar on which coffins were placed. Terraces were often unpopular with the common people as they became the symbols of the enslavement of their labor by local rulers and acknowledged the people's labors to show that it was time to rest. Okay, so the superiors and subordinates all reported to each other as the pinnacle of harmony, right? Because so when you are okay, so when I think of this, right, the subordinates and the superiors all reported to each other. Because we think of like the reverse pyramid in a lot of service-based industry jobs, where it's the management's job to serve the front line, and I do the same thing with my guys as far as my companies are concerned. I work for them. They're on the front lines. They're the ones interacting with the customers, and so that's like when harmony is achieved. When just because you're the boss, you're not the boss. You're the boss who works for them. Okay, so let's go over to the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman, and let's see what we've got. Okay, yeah, the 14th, right? Because the 15th is tomorrow, tax day. I don't know what happened to my screen. Okay, April 14th, just triple checking. Becoming an expert in what matters. Believe me, it's better to produce the balance sheet of your own life than that of the grain market. Seneca on the Brevity of Life, 18.3b. Oh yeah, this one's a good one. Because it's better to live your life the way that you see fit instead of worrying about what others are doing monetarily, right? Because what's important to you may not be important to somebody else, and you choose to live the way that you choose to live, and you choose to monetarily live the life that you live. If you want to live a more free life, you have lower expenses. You are just more free when you don't have that many expenses. You are more free to do more things with more income, but the lower your expenses are, the more free you are to not work as hard. And so that's why he's saying better to produce the balance sheet of your own life than that of the grain market. The grain market is like everybody. Everybody is the grain market, right? Everybody eats bread. And so it's better to focus on what makes you happy, what gives you fulfillment, and what makes you you, as opposed to trying to be like everybody else and keep up with the Joneses. The things that some people manage to be expert in: fantasy sports, celebrity trivia, derivatives and commodities markets, 13th century hygiene habits of the clergy. We can get very good at what we're paid to do, or adept at a hobby we wish we could be paid to do, yet our lives, habits, and tendencies might be a mystery to us. Seneca was writing this important reminder to his father in law, who, as it happened, was for a time in charge of Rome's granary. But then his position was revoked for political reasons. Who really cares? Seneca was saying. Now you can focus that energy on your inner life. At the end of your time on this planet, what expertise is going to be more valuable? Your understandings of matters of living and dying, or your knowledge of the 87 bears? Which will help your children more, your insight into happiness and meaning, or that you followed breaking political news every day for 30 years? Wow, so that's like that hits close to home, as always these do. Um, so, what matters more, the fact that you keep a trade log and get good at trading stocks in order to provide an income for your family and put away for retirement and for your kids' college and build their wealth while you're at it, or going to every single sports game, right? So, or a sports T-shirt of the local team out to Lowe's. Been doing a lot of IRL stuff. Just got a shed built. It feels great to work with your hands and accomplish something. Um, yet I still can't wait to reward myself with some video games, right? So it's important to strike that balance, right? Because we live in such a free time where we're not slaves to other masters, like the methods of the Sima more or less points out in a little bit of ways, right? Because it's talking about the harmony between the superiors and the servants. And so, are you being a servant to the ledger of the granary, or are you being a servant to your own balance sheet? Right? What's important to you? Are you choosing what's important in your life into your life, or are you letting others, the granary, choose what's important to your life?